Well, my name is Matt Kennedy. I'm the gallery director of La Luz de Jesus Gallery in Los Angeles, which is the brainchild of art entrepreneur and collector Billy Shire. And we're housed inside the Wacko Soap Plant Complex, which is the corner of Rodney and Hollywood Boulevard, about 1 block east of Vermont. And the neighborhood's Los Feliz, which is interesting because we came back here in 1995, but the whole business, which erupted from Soap Plant, which is sort of a mom and pop shop, that Billy's mom had opened to showcase natural oils and soaps that her cousins were making up in San Francisco at the original Body Shop. And his father was a master craftsman architect and built the house that they grew up in. And his brother is a world famous ceramicist and metalworker. And we've got some pieces here that were rescued from Japan just before the massive earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear meltdown that we've got hanging above the gallery. So in addition to 2 full galleries, we also have what we call the Art in the Hallway exhibition, which as we're entering right now, you can see that there are pieces of various degrees of technicality and style and technique. There's assemblage pieces, there's paintings, and this is an exhibition that continuously changes as we move in pieces that were maybe supposed to be in exhibitions but didn't fit, or were for exhibitions where they didn't sell when they were up that month, but we wanted to hang on to them to show people that we do work with these artists. And sometimes it's people that we get to test market before we offer them an actual full show. So some of the pieces that are interesting in here, whether it's Camille Rose Garcia or Phil Slater or Danny Shinyuluo, or any of the numerous people that have exhibited in this gallery over the years, it's kind of fun to see that we do carry a lot of different types of stuff. One of the pieces that I think is really worthwhile to mention are these great sort of barbershop type signs. So Sean Stepanoff, who's done a great job of incorporating pop culture into the Ganis barbershop sign motif, also does a lot of the signs that you see in the store, the handmade just kind of product signs that will say, oh, this book is this amount, or this next event is coming up. And one great thing about having an art gallery and a pop culture empire like this is that we have a lot of creative people that work here, and we want to give them that outlet to be able to continue having fun while still working and being able to present a really kind of homey feel to a business that has had such a really great impact and continues to do so. What we're looking at here is a good portion of the gallery book rack, and there's thousands, if not tens of thousands of books in the shop. But what's special about these is all of these books are either by artists who have self-published or worked out separate publication arrangements, and they've shown here, or the books that we've actually published. So La Luz de Jesus Press was an offshoot of La Luz de Jesus Gallery, and we published over 40, I think it's been over 44 titles at this point. And our latest book actually comes out next month. It ties into the Tiki show, the 21st anniversary Tiki show. It's called The Art of Tiki. Author Sven Kirsten and has put together another amazing book on the culture of Tiki as it goes from Polynesian kitsch into the kind of Tiki revival that this gallery became so associated with over the years. And it features some of the very first time that people have seen original Polynesian hardware sold in a gallery exhibition. This is like the rarest of the rare stuff. But there's also that next generation of Tiki artists, the people who are still painting Tiki-themed paintings that will be in the other room. So it brings old and new together. So Art of the Tiki will be coming out on October 6th. So these Barbies may look a little bit unusual, and as you can see, these Barbies are saints. And so they were the creations of a couple of artists named Poole and Marianella, and they became internationally famous when they gifted the Pope, who's also from their homeland of Argentina, one of these Barbie the Plastic Religion figures. So anybody who owns one of these one-of-a-kind Puli Marianella Barbie dolls with custom packaging and completely reformed costuming has a piece of an artist who is in the personal collection of the Pope. That's pretty cool. I like to pride myself in the fact that I think I've sold more people their first art purchase than anybody else in the world, which means I've probably showcased more emerging artists and given first sales to more artists than anybody else in the world. And that's only since I've come back to run the gallery in 2009. So when you look at the long legacy that was started by Billy Shire when he opened this space, it sort of has exploded back from the gallery into the shop. And the shop is this amazing installation piece that he has curated himself over the years that you can take a piece from, that you can affordably buy a small thing. You can buy a tchotchke, or you can buy an art book, or you can buy an original artwork, a painting. You can buy toys and wind-ups and just about anything you can imagine. And one of the beautiful things about this shop, especially for people around the holidays or for gift buying, is that there really is something here for everybody. You know, you can do a lot of holiday shopping here. You don't have to go anyplace else. That it's enough eclectic things that can kind of narrow in onto anybody's specific area of expertise. And that's been fun to showcase. That's been fun to participate in, and something that I've definitely taken forward in my career as a art director and gallery director and gallerist and collector myself, definitely informed by the taste and business practice of Billy Shire. One aspect of pop culture and what makes this particular location, I guess, if maybe the mecca of pop culture, is that it's sort of changed while reflecting that pop. So when we were on Melrose, we had a lot of art directors who were working on television shows and commercials and rock videos. And they would come in and they would see these eclectic things that no one had really seen outside of a really cultural pockets before. And whether it's Day of the Dead statuaries, which were very uncommon outside of Mexico when Billy first started bringing them up from Oaxaca, that it became common enough. You'd see them in Oingo Boingo videos, and you'd see them in different episodes of detective fiction television shows, that had a dramatic effect of becoming part of pop culture, and it became something that went into everybody's living room, and it was in movies that people would go see, and it would become part of the iconography of rock bands. Certainly, Guns N' Roses saw the painting Appetite for Destruction in a book signing at the original La Luz de Jesus on Melrose during a Robert Williams show. We did a print show, I think, in 1988, 87-ish, and the album came out that year. So that painting was from 1978, becomes an iconic album cover in 1987. Guns N' Roses helped to usher in with the sales of Appetite for Destruction that whole new wave of appreciation of lowbrow art and what would become pop surrealism. So when you think also, Robert Williams, you've also got maybe the first painting that Mark Ryden ever sold, I believe was in a group show in 1995 in the Melrose location. And we launched careers for the Clayton brothers. And, we gave the first exhibition of artwork to Frances Bean Cobain when she decided that she was interested in pursuing a career in the arts. And she was an employee here. Some of the other employees, people I worked with, when I was a youngster, I think I took over a couple of departments in the shop before I became the gallery director for Scott Wieland, who would his band then was called Mighty Joe Young. It became Stone Temple Pilots. We have very fond memories of people putting names in a hat that began with S, T, and P to try and come up with the words that would fulfill that STP logo. So, Flea's been around since the early 80s, since before the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And a lot of people have just continued to be very great patrons, whether Nicolas Cage, who bought a lot of artwork from us, or Johnny Depp, who's bought a lot of pieces from us, all the way up to, in our last opening, I believe, Angelina Jolie was just here shopping with her kids, that just happened to be here in the opening, which made a couple of visiting artists very happy.